Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the team of the year that has been leaked. So obviously, for those of you that don't want to know the team of the year until the game actually puts them out, then don't watch the video, obviously. But we make these video discussions to talk about the individual cards that they're going to be releasing. Apparently, spoiler alert, if you guys don't want to know, they're going to be doing icon SBCs every day, right? So your boy's going to be pretty busy on those reviews for the most part, because obviously I'm going to try to get the team of the year cards as well as the important icon cards. You know what's really hilarious, eh? It's really important that I didn't review some of the Foot Centurion cards because EA wanted to change all their stats for some forsaken reason. I don't know why. Your team 2 was already super generic and then you just downgraded them more, but whatever. EA things, right? But yeah, we're going to be talking about the team of the year players and the meta that you'd be working with each individual card, right? So let's see here. It was already leaked earlier today, so let's see. Okay, so this is the full team, right? So we got Courtois, Hakimi, Van Dijk, Theo Hernandez, Eder Militao, De Bruyne, Modric, Bellingham, Messi, Mbappe, Benzema. Gonna be honest with you, not really against this list. I think this list is pretty fair. I do feel like Cancelo was a little bit hard done by. And the reason why I believe this is because, yes, in the last 2 or 3 months, he's kind of been a little bit more generic, a little bit more inconsistent. But the months before that, I would say he's been top class, right? Like, obviously, even in the World Cup, he wasn't necessarily the greatest, but it's team of the year. And I think for those 9 months, he was genuinely an amazing fullback. So I do feel like Cancelo was a little bit hard done by. Who would I replace instead of him? Up for debates, up for debates. But yeah, so the first one that we have is Courtois. So Courtois' card is actually one of the, in my opinion, better goalkeepers that existed so far in this game, right? Like, it's hard to say because sometimes they do changes in the patches that sometimes affects the goalkeeper. So some goalkeepers will do really dumb things for you, but just because they do dumb things doesn't make them bad, because they can do dumb things. But it all depends on the types of strikes that a person takes, because of obviously if it's high percentage, they go in. If it's not, blah, 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 right? But yeah, Rare Gold Courtois was one of the goalkeepers that I would try to consistently use, because you get some pretty good link ups with him, right? If you have the David Alaba card, you have Valverde, you get Courtois, boom, you got your triple link set up just like that, right? So not too bad to work with when it comes to the links that you can work with in your team. Obviously, if Eder Militao gets that, well, not if, but Eder Militao getting that card is definitely going to be a huge plus as well. You know what I'm hoping what they do with the Eder Militao card is making him a center back and a right back, because, that position change modifier would definitely be very sick on that. Hakimi will definitely be a monster. I mean, I packed this version of his card, and I'm going to be honest with you, I love him. I think he's great. He's really helpful to have for the review accounts. I think he's great to have, and for the review accounts, I think he performs. I hear this like weird ping. Is that me? Huh. I hear like a sound thing. That's so weird. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so Hakimi's card, definitely a pretty good meta card, to say the least. It's a card that, like, if you were to use this card right now in this 4-3-2-1 meta, where you have that overlap instruction on him, it's perfect for a card like this. It really is, because it's a card that can dribble, attacks well, defends well. He's a 4-star player. I mean, dude, you can use him as a center mid if you really want to. So yeah, fantastic card. I love this card. I was so happy to pack him on the review account, because I needed like a solid right back that is both good at attacking and defending if I ever use that accounts for like a review or something, right? So he'll definitely be an absolute monster for sure. Van Dijk is one of the top tier meta cards, so he's definitely going to be very good too. With Van Dijk, it's very interesting with him, because this card right here is considered a full meta card, right? I would say he's probably top 5, top 6 center backs in the game, up for debates in regards to, I wouldn't say up for debate in regards to being the best. I think Varane and Lucio are crazy, personally, right? But I know that a lot of people really like Van Dijk. He obviously provides very good links in your team. And it's funny, because if you take a look at his pace, he's a lengthy player, yes, but he still has 79 acceleration. So you notice the acceleration of the card, but a lot of people play very defensive tactics because of the meta of the game being very park the bus oriented. So they're not really going to use like super aggressive tactics on a consistent basis. So for the acceleration, that doesn't really matter because his defensive animations and his body type and stuff and height and all of that is really perfect on him, right? The unique body type 6'4", it makes him so good in game. Like Van Dijk just has like this unique thing about him. They always format his pace horribly, they always format it horribly, but obviously with the new accelerate feature and then making him a lengthy player on a shadow is great. And then in the future, what would be even more crazy is the anchor, right? Because his base card stats for pace will be massively improved. It's still going to be a strangely formatted card because of what I could actually see happening in the future if he does get, well, not if, when that Team of the Year card comes out. I'm not going to lie, I can see people giving him a catalyst because if it's a Team of the Year, they're probably going to make his defending absolutely nuts. So you don't necessarily have to improve that, but you're still probably going to want the pace, even if the sprint speed is going to be a +2 or whatever, right? Because obviously pace is pretty important to have while keeping them on a lengthy accelerate, right? So yeah, he'll definitely be a monster. Theo Hernandez is a beast too. I still like this card a lot. There's obviously this World Cup version of his card who's 470k. These guys, they maintain their price because of how good they perform in game. Like he just has really good defensive animations. He has the body type for it. His body type is unique, but it's like it's kind of like physical, it's like it's just a good unique body type. Honestly, it's very, very good. In his case, obviously he's not a lengthy player, but it doesn't matter because his pace is formatted like a monster, right? Like you give him an anchor chemistry style, he's got 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed. What's funny is that you wouldn't be wrong to give him an architect, because the thing is that if you can make this card lengthy while being 6 foot tall, unique body type, you have to understand he already has some pretty decent defensive stats, right? So you could totally do this if you really wanted to, just to make him a lengthy accelerate. But I think giving him an anchor is perfectly fine for like the most part in regards to how you would generally play the game, right? But you can see that a lot of people are giving him Guardian, right? Because of the fact that his pace is already good for base card stats. For me, guys, I'm telling you, I would improve it even more. I don't care about his dribbling stats being improved. I think even if I can give you a +2 or 3 for pace, for acceleration and sprint speed with how this game kind of plays out, very, very important, okay? Especially with the defenders, I tell you guys this all the time. Eder Militao, yeah, so Eder Militao is great. I mean, in this game, he's really cool to use. Even just this version probably has maintained his price as well. He has, because he's just very good. He's just one of those types of cards where, you give him an anchor chemistry style, he turns into a lengthy player. He's got physical defense pace. Yes, he's a lean body type, but when it comes to like manually defending with him, moving left and right, it feels good. It feels like you're actually playing a video game, right? And the medium work rate in this year's game, it's been improved for multiple positions. I do prefer medium high, of course, but with him being medium with the potential of them making him an actual right back as well, that could be really nice if they give that versatile position change for him too. But yeah, generally speaking, gives you perfect links, national links and stuff. Very, very good card. So this whole team is pretty much meta. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like some Team of the Years, like they would release like a Jorginho. Like Jorginho was actually pretty decent to use, but he wasn't like top tier meta cards like some of these guys are going to be, because of work rates, body types, all that kind of stuff. De Bruyne is 100% going to be a monster, okay? Because De Bruyne, for me, is still, like, just the way that he performs in game, he's still one of the best attacking oriented center mids. This guy just knows how to position himself really well. He's got the work rates for it. In the future, they're probably going to improve the defensive stats to be even better. This year's game, he's a lengthy, right? Like you could see that he's also maintained his price because everything bounced off this card nicely, right? He's a 5-star weak foot, he's 4-star skills, high work rates, unique body type. If they improve the defending stats, like look at how the card is currently formatted, you're still going to give him a shadow in the future, probably either that or an anchor, depending on the upgrades that they give him. I just noticed that he has 99 physical stats, which is nuts. No wonder people wanted me to review him all the time. Guys, sometimes I don't review cards, not because I see which ones you guys want, like Joshua Kimmich as well as De Bruyne. The only reason why I don't do it is motivation to play the game and because of the game modes. Like sometimes when I have reviews, I just want to play Foot Champs all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I like the matchmaking in Foot Champs. And when I don't have it, sometimes my motivation is like done. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to play that open matchmaking, different team, to try out different, like using a Divock Origi in the elite division, you can manage it, but in the elite division, people only use full meta teams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to be able to just play foot champs all the time, pretty much. Like if I could just play it continuously, then I would. So yeah, with De Bruyne, very similar situation, right? Obviously, going to be a really good card, attacking oriented midfielder, beast. Didn't try out this card myself, but I'm sure he's an absolute monster. Like the defending stats doesn't really matter because in that 4-3-2-1, I'd probably make him the attacking oriented center mid, and I feel like he'd be an absolute monster for sure. Modric is next. Is Modric? I forget. Is he? I think he's medium, or did they change it? I think they changed it maybe. So that part I wish they changed. I hope they changed that on this card, because this, honestly, it's perfectly fine. Like if you're playing that 4-3-2-1, he's your attacking oriented center mid, you could totally do this. I'm not saying that you can't. Explosive is sick. Shadow chemistry style, right? I still feel like he's gonna be a monster because it's 4-star, all that kind of stuff. Mediums are significantly better this year than they have been in previous years, so that's a W2. But if they changed it to a high medium or something, it kind of make it more unique. You know, I like when they make them a high medium, a high. If they did a Modric on a high, he's definitely going to be an absolute beast, 100%. Because he's formatted really nicely, right? He's an explosive player. I love my explosive players. These guys are awesome. You know, having these guys in the center mid position, that could be the attacking oriented card, is sick. Like I'm going to be honest, it's really, really cool to work with because they dribble really well, lean body type, 5'8", right? He's got great traits as well with the outside foot shot, always being very effective to use. Having that on the right side is always super helpful. So yeah, beast card as well. Bellingham is really well formatted this year. Like he's really, really well formatted. So take a look at this card, right? So 410k for this version because he's just really, really well formatted, right? Like you give him the shadow chemistry style, he's always going to be a controlled player no matter what, right? But yeah, sprint speed, not necessarily the highest. If they get the team of the year version, it's going to be pretty full meta in my opinion because he's taller, right? He's 6'1". He has the high and average plus body type, which normally I don't really like that body type too much. But in my opinion, if I were to use this card in that new 4-3-2-1 setup, he would be used as the stay back while attacking center mid in the team, because his work rates would still push him forward sometimes. I don't know if you guys watched the Verratti review, but it was kind of like that, right? Like I keep him on stay back, but sometimes the card attacks for me anyways, right? Like it always gives you that passing option. So that's like I wouldn't want to keep this card as the attacking oriented center mid, although you could because of dribbling, right? Because he's a taller player. So even if he has 90 for dribbling and the high and average plus body type, like you're going to notice it, right? So having a more agile player in that position would definitely be more ideal. And it would be a great balance in your team, right? For the push forward comeback. So yeah, definitely going to be a meta card. I mean, he has the work rates, he's got the height, he's minimum 4-star. You can't really go wrong with that, you know. Messi, I love Messi this year. I think he's great. I've tried a lot of the versions of Messi, to be honest with you. I mean, I still had the flashback version, which, to be fair, the price was genuinely way too much, 100% for how he performs in game. But as an SBC, you know, it was okay. Like I still have him in my team. I love working with first owner cards because I hate the transfer market with a passion. So the review accounts for that team that we have, that's like a League One Liga Santander hybrid, is all first owner, and it's great. You know, I like to have that team. I don't have to worry about the transfer market or buying certain players or so, you know. And having him in the team for that reason is sick. But I also have the Player of the Month version, who I still use occasionally, and he's still fantastic as well. So if you did that SBC, this SBC, it still holds up really well nowadays. Like if you finished him, like I wouldn't be against it, because like I told you guys, the low work rates you really don't care about on this card. Like the low is perfectly fine. And yeah, I use them sometimes for the review account too. It just depends on how I'm lined up. But obviously with the flashback Messi and him being a different work rate on a medium, it definitely makes a nice little difference, right? Because having that in the side positions, like I tell you guys in pretty much all the reviews, it's very, very helpful, right? So not this version, this one right here. Medium, right? It was a nice change. It was good that they did that different thing to the card, because the work rate change is definitely noticeable for sure. Mbappe, not really much to say about Glitch Mbappe himself. He's a full meta card. I used this card, and it was someone gave me their accounts for this card just to review because he was so expensive. He still is so expensive. And honestly, it was a joke. I was using him and I got bored. I got bored because of how good he was. Like, he will destroy teams for you. Like, your gameplay style, like, there's a reason why people still use, like, rare gold Mbappe will last you the whole year. Let's just put that right out there, okay? Because Mbappe is one of those cards where he genuinely carries the general experience for you. Like, I'm not joking. He carries the general experience for you. The way that the card moves in game is disgusting. Like, there's not really much to say. Like, you actually feel like you're cheating when you're using him. So yeah, he's going to be nuts. Not really much to say there. He's going to be glitch Mbappe for a reason. And Benzema, this is the big one, okay? Because Benzema, guys, listen to what I'm going to tell you. This guy, okay, is the only guy that EA formats a certain way, but he has a unique attacking AI, okay? So what I am hoping for with this Team of the Year version is that they make him either a high medium or a high low work rated card, because this card's attacking AI as the attacking oriented center mid, right? Or as a person who is honestly playing in the striker position, he has that unique attacking AI. Gonna be honest with you guys, with the lengthy on some of these cards, it's nice. I think for the review, I did use them on a lengthy, and it actually worked out really well for him. Like, it depends on the cards, obviously, because of height, body type, all that kind of stuff, right? But I'm kind of hoping that he's just well formatted in the future where I could give him an engine, okay? Because I got to give engine to every single card in this game, because you guys know how the dribbling is, right? I could give him an engine, and his base card stats or pace is really high. His shooting is already really high. And then the work rate is changed so that he could be a monster. Like, he would be one of the flashback Ronaldo, Ben Yedder, Correa type of strikers that have that certain attacking AI that I require to play normally. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why he's not super consistent at it is because of the high work rates, right? It kind of pushes him back a little bit. But this high, in my opinion, the only card that has amazing attacking AI, even on the high. So if it's changed to a high medium or a high low like that flashback back in the day, gonna be nuts. EA missed an opportunity last year with his I remember doing the review for, I think it was a Team of the Season card, where they didn't give him that work rate change, and it would have made a huge difference. But he's gonna be a beast, 100%. He's gonna be sick. It's funny though, because this card will still be the unique version of these cards, because EA, the only way that they can make him special is if they made him 5-star, because he's the best version of the card on a Team of the Year, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Team of the Year cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this discussion video. Honestly, they're all full meta, if not close to full meta. All of them are. Jorginho wasn't last year, he was still very, or was it last year? Or no, 2 years ago, something like that. I forget. But yeah, he was still very good. I liked him, but he wasn't like it's not like you getting a Van Dijk or a Hakimi or a De Bruyne. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys they have like very unique things to them that make them like top tier, right? So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see what they end up choosing. Like I said, in regards to the team that's actually selected in front of me, the only person that I would make an argument for is honestly Cancelo. The rest of the team I'm perfectly fine with, to be honest with you. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.